Hi there. So I kind of was thinking, when I was working on this essay, I was kind of thinking, what am I going to tell these people that's useful, something that they can actually take with them in their life? And I kind of pained over this and I pained over this. Then I realized that this is a speech class and I'm not going to teach you anything useful. So my decision was, I'm going to teach you this language. You can use your imagination as what to call it. It is a computer language, a real one. And you can use this once I teach it to you. Stop. Now I'm lost. You can use this to inflate your ego, annoy your friends, have fun, maybe, probably not. But that's basically all it's for. You can't do anything else. I'm a CS major. I've been a programmer for about 10 years at this point, since I was 8. And I found that this has kind of just slowly grown on at me, you know? But I found throughout the years that it's not really useful, and I don't like it because it's a useful language. In fact, I like it because it's not useful, and that by not being useful and being a computer language, it in itself proves how useful it is. Next. So, fundamentally, if I'm going to teach you this, computers are basically machines that just modify data. They are just data representations. And that's important because they just manipulate it in a fancy way. So technically speaking, BF guys, BF is it just has data in a line. 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't really care where you are in the line. You don't really know where you are. You could be at the front of the line or the last of the line. So you could look at it like the technical definition, or you could look at it as a row of boxes. When you think of, and each of those boxes has a number in it. When you think about boxes, right? You don't really say, this is box 1, this is box 2, this is box 3. You say, this is the box that I'm at, this is the box to my right, this is the box 2 boxes to my right, and so on. And this is all the language uses. You can only know what box you're at, what's in the box, and what's to your right and what's to your left. And that's the data. Can we move on? So how we would do stuff with this language is that there are 8 commands. There's plus, which at the box you're currently at, you can really just imagine it like you get a marble and you put it in. And it adds 1 to your current box. So if your box is 1, it now has 2. You can subtract 1, and only 1, by the way. You can't do anything bigger than 1. So if you want to count to 100, you have to do this 100 times. So that would be add, this would be subtract. Then we have the ability to move to another box, and this would be how you have multiple values, right? Because how else would you represent variables? Like how would I have 1 plus 2 if you only had 1 box to look at? So this right here would move to your box to your left. So you're at this box, and now you're at this box. Or on this symbol right here, which is the right arrow, moves to your right box. And you don't really know, am I box 12 or not? You're like, right box. That's all. It's not the easiest system to deal with. The period is how you kind of print off your information, because you kind of have to tell your user, hey, I'm actually doing something here, I promise. Inefficiently, I am. So period prints out the value of the current box. Comma is kind of like asking the guy next to you, hey, what do you think this box should have in it? And he tells you, and you put that much marbles in the box. That's basically what comma is. It will put exactly the amount of marbles in the box as the user asks for. And then that's basically the easiest part of the program. And now it gets confusing, because now we deal with these little square braces. And these little square braces are the bane of my existence, I found, because my God, this is where it gets its name from. While if the box you're looking at is empty with this one, it jumps to the matching this one right here, the one that opens up to the left. Otherwise, it just kind of continues normally, right? This one, the one that opens to the left, these are the square braces. If the box isn't empty, it jumps to the matching one that opens to the right. And otherwise, it continues. And that doesn't seem like it do much, but what this fundamentally does is it kind of creates like a circular pattern that until this box is empty, I'm going to continue doing stuff. So how this would look if you were to actually program in this language for some arcane reason is this. This is a program. This asks the user for 2 numbers, and then it adds them. This is addition, guys. Welcome to my world. If you don't understand it, I don't either. If you don't understand it, I don't either. This took me 5 minutes to come up with. So, yeah, this is basically what is structured like. So, now that we kind of know how it works, we kind of need to know, why is this a thing? Why would we ever want to use this? Because why, honestly? We do this because it broadens what we consider what a programming language is. This language is scientifically known as a Turing-complete language, meaning that, by the way, citation of I write I am, BF is a Turing-complete language. Someone had to formally write out a proof because nobody else believed them. This language can, theoretically speaking, if you gave it enough time, money, and memory, do everything any other programming language does. You could write Windows in this language out of pluses, minuses, left arrows, whatever. You could write Windows if you were crazy enough. Honestly. It's easy to compile. This is important because people like to set records. I could write a program that could run this program, as in read it and actually do stuff, in about the size of a tweet. 100 characters, I could write a program that could read this. And that's important because if you were to be on a system that was small enough, you may not have the memory to do 100 characters. This is very old. This is something that was made in the 70s. So this was actually important back then. Another thing why it's here is that it's fun. It is classified as an esoteric language, which means the sole reason that we even have it nowadays is that we like to do stupid stuff. I like to do stupid stuff. I like to go to the computer science building and then go like, hey, do you want to learn a computer language? And I will teach them this language. They will sit there and be terrified, but I will teach them anyway. So that's basically it. But, I mean, yeah. And I mean, it's okay to be confused. I kind of just ran down, I just kind of shoved it down your throat, and if you go back a slide, just to show them this. Back a slide. If you wanted to just look at this, if you're so confused, because to this day, and I've built compilers for this, I am certifiably my own expert in this language, because I have created compilers and interpreters. I know the syntactic structure. I've added on to the language and created a new language out of this. And if you are a CS major, it's Objective BF, like Java, but worse. So, it's okay to be confused about this, but I mean, if you honestly put the time, I taught all of my friends this language, and I have one friend who's really into it. I taught him in 5 minutes, and it's something that we do. It's like, hey, you want to do X, and we'll do his homework. We've done his homework in this language. Reverse a string, this is stuff that they will assign CS majors. He does it in this language, just to screw with his teacher. He gets A's, because apparently it's impressive. So, and it's pretty simple to learn. So I mean, I hope all of you guys kind of got the gist of it, and maybe someone will be insane enough to try learning this. Like, just Google BF interpreter, and it will be there, and it will show you it in like beautiful colors. And I mean, honestly speaking, you're all basically 5 minutes away from being literally as good at this language as I am, which is not much. You can go right to us. And this is an example program that I made. And this is it doing stuff furiously. It is really trying here to do only this. It just prints A+, please. That's all it does. This took me 30 minutes to do. It's kind of like a convoluted puzzle where you take like the ring out. And that's basically it. That's all I wanted to say. Sources, please. That's all. I tried to conclude it.